Hey guys, today Bass Design 101. I want to talk about bass in general and what is bass and how do you achieve bass. For me it was super complicated and I didn't understand what bass really means and how you achieve bass, and all my productions were lacking a lot. I was starting out with doing these trap hip hop productions and there was the well dominant 808 in the track and all the other stuff going on, but I never got to achieve the quality that I really wanted, and rightly so, because it takes a lot of time to get quality, and I think you are never finished. In the course of the last years there have been a crazy advancement of tools that you can use, just as like the Oak Sound, Sooth or Spiff transient designers, tools that are just give you so much more freedom for production. Now there is this new ST4B transient designer that Joe Ford is using a lot, but these are just some details that you should not give too much into. It is more about what do you actually need to do to get a great bass. And the simplest answer is you're using Serum 2 and you get yourself some nice sounding presets. And when you study the presets and how they achieve the sound, even you don't know what all the knobs are doing right now, you will see how all this fits together. And the second part for basses, you just have lower octave synthesizers or wave tables that are just playing, or also just bass waves playing at lower octave levels. You have a dedicated sub bass playing at your octave from 30 Hz to 80 Hz, but I prefer it just to keep it between 30 and I would say 60, 70 maximum, and 80 Hz you're trying to get your kick in somewhere between 80 Hz and 100 Hz, and then the mid bass is starting at around 120 Hz cutoff frequency of your subwoofer. I would say that's where when you keep the mid bass there, it would be just good. And so actually there's not that big, there is no secret in having bass, but it is just important to have two different type of basses. You have the mid bass where you're starting at 120 Hz and have a steep cutoff, and you have a clean sub wave that is not so clean at all because you are distorting it at the end to get more loudness, and that's the starting point. But when you have the presets, then it is really easy to achieve that, and I would encourage everybody to start out with presets and just get to know what people are doing. For me, when I first started out watching those Massive, back then Massive was really big and still it is big. Massive is a great synth. The filter shapes of Massive till this day are just what a beautiful engineering that was in terms of code. And I didn't understand what's going on, but Serum 2 is just way more a visual synthesizer, undoubtedly the best synthesizer there is for any kind of electronic music. And then comes the processing, and the processing is also not that big of a deal, but still, I think from getting from 90% to 100% is something that I'm also struggling with still, because for me 100% is like Camera and Crooked, doesn't look as Joe Ford, Current Value, all these just crazy dudes. What I've learned from them is that they have so many effects racked and they're just processing it. They overdo it so much, but at the same time that's what makes it achieve their sound. For me, I don't like this sound so much, and so I just trying to keep it rather clean. But what you just need is you need some kind of saturation, you need some kind of distortion, the minimal audio distortion there is, or the old school decapitator by Sound Toys. I don't use that much anymore because I just don't like the characteristics of it with all four types of I don't know, preamps or what there are. But still, when you have like saturation and then you have like a proper filtering going on with a nice filter set, the filters of Arturia are great, and that is at the end everything you need. And I would start off, if I would struggle with bass again, I would just advise you to create any kind of basic track with not much going on. You have a chord progression with 4 different chords, let's say 1 4 5 1, and you're just trying to get the bass right in and just make a proper side chaining and then experiment with that. And there's only that much you need to know. I hope this was helpful. My links and descriptions are below. Let me know if there's anything that you're struggling with right now or you would like to know more about. And yeah, I think the next time we will see us behind the DAW again. Cheers and have a great day.